we burning it up. Step in the building, we turning it up. Talking that shit, but they never admit when I sit to the mic, I be murdering it and we living real good. Mainstream, but it's
Yo guys, it's your boy Nico back again with another video. And today guys, as you can see in the clip that I put in before, you've probably seen the clip already, the Conor versus Khabib brawl after the fight. And I really want to talk about the aftermath of what this brawl means, Khabib's future, Conor's future, potential matchups in the future. But before I go into that, I wanted to make a fight analysis video with Conor and with the Conor Khabib fight and Tony versus Anthony Pettis. I still have those in my file, but the reason I can't post it is because I use too much footage from the fights, and I record the fights and I just use too much of it. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save it for when the UFC allows it to be fully posted on YouTube. You know, I'm not gonna monetize it. I just want to use it for, you know, educational / entertainment purposes for you guys, you know, tell you what I saw. Again, I'm not a wrestling expert. I did get my black belt in karate, but I just wanted to tell you, and I'm into MMA, so I know, you know, a lot of stuff, but I don't claim to be an expert. I just wanted to tell you guys what I saw. But yeah, again, I'm definitely gonna bring you guys that stuff probably in the distant future, until, you know, when UFC posts that fight on their YouTube channel. So there's that. And now going back to the UFC 229 aftermath brawl, guys, the repercussions with this, man, it's looking like Khabib will get suspended, probably a fine taken off his purse. It's not looking good for him, man. If he does get suspended, that means he's gonna be stripped. You know, he's gonna be stripped. I don't see him coming back to the UFC anytime soon. His teammates are definitely never fighting in the UFC. If you saw the Dana White interview, you know, he confirmed that. You know, Khabib is just, it's not looking good for him right now. Now, going on to that, let's say if he does get suspended, right? And at that point, let's say 8 months, whatever, they have to strip him. UFC has to strip him. So that leaves a potential matchup for, you know, the 155-pound belt. And guys, I'm really, if that happens, I know Conor wants a rematch. But Conor, fight Tony Ferg, man. Bro, I want to see. I don't think, honestly, that's the matchup to make. But I don't see him beating Tony Ferg. I do not see Conor beating Tony Ferg at all. I mean, they should have made Khabib versus Tony Ferg years ago. They can never get that match scheduled. But I think that's a great fight to make. That's probably the fight to make, other than maybe Conor going to boxing again and boxing Floyd Mayweather. I don't see that happening either. If Mayweather came to the UFC, that would be crazy. That would probably be, Mayweather might get like a $500 million payday. Conor would get like probably 200. That might be the biggest fight ever if Floyd Mayweather decided to go into the UFC, not under modified rules, just completely, you know, under the UFC promotion, under the logo, you know, under their rules, completely, you know, it's MMA all the way, you know. It would be the biggest fight ever. Now, I think Floyd won't do that because obviously he'll get murdered. It would not be a good idea for his health. But I mean, what's your health risk when you can just, tap out in 2 seconds and then make like 500 mil off that fight? I don't know. Make it go 1 round, make it look kind of convincing, and then cash your 500 mil check. I don't know. And Conor obviously would get a huge payday with that too. So there's that. And then the other logical way this could pan out is, I think the most beneficial for a rematch with Khabib and Conor would be Conor completing the trilogy with Nate Diaz. Now, if Conor completed the trilogy with Nate Diaz, and let's say he knocks him out in, good fashion, I see him going after Khabib immediately. That's the next fight to make immediately. Khabib would probably be unsuspended by that time. You schedule the Nate Diaz fight in maybe, 4 or 5 months. By then, Khabib would probably, be halfway through his suspended sentence, and then you could schedule that rematch. Or the UFC still has Tony Ferguson there, man. I can't forget Tony. That fight with Tony Ferguson, Anthony Pettis. Tony Ferguson deserves a title shot. He does. He deserves a title shot before Conor at this point. But you already know the UFC is in the entertainment business, and if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. So Conor is still the mega fight. Unless Tony, I don't see the storyline with Tony. There's no narrative there that could make the fight with him compelling to, people for them to buy that fight. I would like the Tony Khabib, yeah, but not a Tony Conor fight. There's no history there. It's just, I don't know. Obviously Conor, I'm looking at the side of Conor, who is pretty much in this business for the mega fight now. The dude's got 100 mil in the bank with, he's starting to make that Diddy bread off his whiskey company. So, in terms of mega fights, I don't think that would be as big as an appeal. So personally, I think the best route for this to go is, let's say Khabib gets suspended, Conor goes up against Nate Diaz, completes the trilogy at 155, Conor smokes him, then they do the rematch for the title shot again, run it back one more time. Like I said, maybe Conor does better. I hope Conor does better. I don't see that happening. I think he gets smoked again, and then maybe we can finally see the Tony Ferg versus Khabib fight, because I think the only person that can challenge Khabib is Tony Ferguson. That's just being honest at this point, man. That man Khabib is a monster, and Tony Ferg has the ground game to negate his ground and pound. Tony Ferg works at Eddie Bravo, one of the best Brazilian jiu-jitsu guys out there. Creator of the rubber guard, and obviously his rubber guard will be in full effect against Khabib. So guys, this is pretty much my opinion on the subject. I'm really excited to find out what the plans are in the future for UFC. UFC is looking, in terms of mega fights, it's there. If Conor loses the Nate Diaz trilogy, go to WWE, man. It's time to hang it up. Just had to say that. Just had to put that out there. But thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy Nico. I'm out. Peace.